So it's 2022. I'm back at work, and the basketball game is on. The finals, game two, right? Game two of Boston Celtics versus the Golden State Warriors, right? And I'm watching it, but I'm not watching it because I'm working. But I get a little break time, and I don't really start watching the game to the fourth quarter anyway, because the fourth quarter is all about the game. All right, the last 2 minutes is crucial, right? So I'm watching it, and Golden State's up, and I'm like, man, there's no way you're gonna take Golden State 2 games in a row, right? And I'm watching it, and the Celtics, all of a sudden, at about the 10 or 8 minute mark, just pull their starters, right? And I'm like, this is a good move. The coach pulled the starters, and he's gonna rest them, and he's gonna throw them in about the fourth minute mark and make a run because it's only 15 point lead, about 15 point lead, right? You can overcome that in the NBA in 2 minutes, right? You just block here, 3 point there, make your free throws, and then I noticed they just put the second string in, and that was it. And I just couldn't help it because I just look at signs and symbols and stuff like that. Like Gary Payton too. Gary Payton's son comes back after 10 days. He bumped his elbow on the floor, and he even fell really hard. Like his first or second play, he went hard to the hoop and he fell and he bumped his elbow on it. And I was just like, what's going on here? What are they trying to relay to people? To the gambling community, to stuff like that. How are they trying to mock us? How are they trying to make fun of us? Because this is what they do. This is their dog and pony show. This is their let them eat cake show, right? And I'm watching it, and then all of a sudden I notice at the sixth or seventh mark they pulled the starters from Golden State and just let the second string go in. Gary Payton too, who has been out for only 10 days. Oh, 10 days, his elbow just magically healed. The superstar of a son of a superstar, Gary Payton, that played for the Seattle Sonics and multiple other teams. Oh, he's out for 10 days because he bumped his elbow. All right. And took a hard fall, just like he did in the game against Memphis. Come on, y'all. The NBA is rigged. All right. They were told to sit down. That's why Steve Kerr had to go out there a couple days ago and start screaming and yelling about gun control. And that stupid ass coach of the Spurs, who I used to respect, Greg Popovich, had to go out there and talk about how white men, which he is in his 60s, 50s, and 70s, are destroying America because they are part of a evil ass system that is being exposed, and we are seeing it. I'm sorry if you're a Spurs fan, if you're a professional sports fan, but I'm not going to hold my tongue because I see it. Okay? Steve Kerr and this idiot that is the coach of the Boston Celtics held on to that mask until the finals. Now Steve Kerr took it off, and the other coach still keeps it on. He just wears it like a chin diaper, all right? And I'm just seeing it. They are slaves to the establishment. And this game is rigged as hell. And I'm hoping that it gets exposed. It needs to get exposed because they control the masses and the minds of the masses. This is why I'm coming out here, because I did a card reading on it. And it just said plentiful, plentiful, money, 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 this, and that. But then it gave me the King of Wands, who said, you have to speak up against it. You have to be charismatic and speak up against it. It's going to be that which will hold a staff and stop it and put something out into the universe, which I'm doing right now, is manifesting just something. And you have to start at the low. Remember this, start at the low. You can't just start at the top, you start at the low. I am starting at the low. I might get one view on this in the next 2 months. I don't care. I put it out there. I manifested it. I thought about it. I channeled it. The information came to me. I got it. I read it, and I put it out there. I'm not going to show you the cards because it showed me that the NBA will always be plentiful. It showed me that. It will always be plentiful. But what the information that it puts out there, it needs to be called out. And if it's not called out, it would never be manifested. It would just keep going on with their disruptive ways, with their overreach on the mentality. But I have seen this throughout the playoffs. They have backed off with the SJW. They have backed off with the Black Lives Matter. They have backed off with all of it. Okay? And when they do put their foot down, they look like idiots, like Greg Popovich, like Steve Kerr, talking about gun control and all the stupid stuff they have. Now we have them recorded. I always told you, your 6-shooter ain't your gun. It's your phone. It's your photos. It's your videos. And we can quickly upload them to things different than Facebook, different than Twitter. And now after Elon, we know that Facebook and Twitter has been compromised. You can't deny it anymore. So now you have to jump on to True Social, Gab, Parler, and Rumble. All right, put your videos other places. And now we know that other alternative news medias, and it was so funny because I saw some news media on the TV. I don't watch the TV. I don't watch cable. They're like, we're the new, and they look like we're the new news, and they just look like CNN repackaged. They're trying to resell the sizzle, ladies and gentlemen, and so is the NBA. And I remember, let's go back to the NBA game, Game 2, 2022, Celtics versus Golden State. Look at the fourth quarter. Look how they sat the starters with 10 minutes to go. The best minutes of a basketball game is the last 2 minutes. And in the last 2 minutes of that game, what did you see? Nothing. It was concede. They conceded the loss. They said, okay, we got game 1, you get game 2, and then there it is. It's rigged. It's rigged. I knew it right then and there. There's no way you can convince me otherwise. The coach, a real coach, me in my mind, just a guy at a bar looking up at the TV, would have been like, all right, rest your players, give them about 4 minutes to rest, to hydrate, and then, maybe they eat a Snickers bar, and then go out there on the court, give it all you got for the last 4 minutes. No. Watch that game. They just sat down, Horford, Tatum, even Curry. They just looked around like, all right, dog, game 6, don't let. No, it's because they're manufacturing this game. It's WWE. It's professional wrestling. The NBA is rigged. Go look at that game and tell me I'm wrong. And now this has been manifested and put into the astral light, which is now the internet, which has always been the astral light, which Elvis Levy has talked about. It's the collective consciousness of humanity. And that is exactly what these tech companies are trying to control, the astral light, which is the collective consciousness of humanity. And when you can understand that, bloop, 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 you've moved up a level. With that being said, talk at you later, Holmes. Peace.